As a brief note before I get started, this scenario was a suggestion given to me on Discord. I am open to suggestions, but I can't guarantee I'll always make a video on those suggestions. Anyway, this timeline begins in the Goku Black saga, right after Future Trunks arrived in the past for the first time. As usual, Future Trunks tries to attack Goku, but Bulma gets him to calm down and explain what is happening. Things generally go the same up until the point Goku asks Future Trunks to spar with him. I normally follow the anime, but in this timeline, the first change is going to be that the fight goes more like the manga version, where Goku briefly uses his Super Saiyan God form. This time, however, Trunks briefly notices this before he is defeated. Once he gets back up, he questions what this form is and how it can be obtained. Goku would explain how he obtained the form through a ritual, but Vegeta got it through training. This is when they are interrupted by Goku Black arriving in the past, but this fight with Goku goes the same as per usual. From here, things would go the same, but something different does change before they go to the future together for the first time. After learning how Super Saiyan God was obtained, and after seeing Vegeta's blue form, it inspired Future Trunks. So, before they leave, he asks for them to do the Super Saiyan God ritual with him. While Vegeta would be disappointed that Trunks wants to go this route of getting the form instead of training for it, it does make sense for Trunks' character. He is more cautious and realizes he needs all the help he can get, so he would know he doesn't have time to train for the form, and the ritual would be better. So, when they do the ritual, the 5 Saiyans that pour their energy into Future Trunks are Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. After unlocking the Super Saiyan God form, Trunks wouldn't realize it worked at first, just like how Goku didn't, though they would explain to him that it worked, and after the form wears off, they go to the future together for the first time. Vegeta would still be the one to fight Goku Black first, so things generally go the same, up until the point Goku and Trunks are fighting back to back against Goku Black and Zamasu. Goku would still be using his blue form, but Trunks would be using his God form instead of going Super Saiyan 2. Trunks having access to this form both angers Zamasu and makes for better storytelling. It angers Zamasu because his biggest enemy, Trunks, is using the powers of a god, even though he's just a mortal. It also makes for better storytelling because it would be a god that kills innocent people going against a mortal that obtains godly powers just to take him on. However, even with Trunks' boost in power, the two of them still lose against Goku Black and Zamasu. Things go the same again up until the fight Trunks unlocks his Super Saiyan Rage form in, which he would have been using his God form at first, but Trunks would still grow angry and slip into his Rage form after hearing Black and Zamasu blaming their actions on him. Assuming Trunks' base form ended up being far more powerful after obtaining the God form like Goku's did, this fight would go more in favor of Trunks', since the God power in combination with Super Saiyan Rage would make him immensely powerful. So, it's possible he would be able to blast Goku Black and Zamasu farther away. This would give time for Trunks and Mai to escape to the past with Vegeta and Goku. In the past, things go in a similar way as usual, up until Goku goes to train to learn the evil containment wave. When Vegeta goes to train in the hyperbolic time chamber, he would drag Trunks alongside him. While in the time chamber, it's likely that Vegeta would try to teach him to learn Super Saiyan Blue, but since they're only in there for 6 months, Trunks wouldn't learn it yet, but he is on the verge of unlocking it. He would also have tried to help Trunks get control of his rage, so he doesn't unwillingly slip into his Super Saiyan Rage form again. Anyway, since Mai is in the past with them, she obviously wouldn't be trying to use an enhanced bullet on Goku Black. By this time, with Trunks' base form seemingly being stronger than Goku and Vegeta's base, his God form would be similar in power to their blue forms. Anyway, once they go back to the future, Vegeta's fight with Goku Black would go the same. Regardless, yet again, things generally stay the same, up until the point Goku and Vegeta were about to fuse. Though, since Trunks is more actively involved in trying to protect his timeline, instead of just letting Vegeta and Goku do it, he asked Goku to let him fuse with his father instead. Goku would likely let him do this, so Vegeta and Trunks used into Vegex. As a brief side note, I couldn't find art of Vegex that wasn't based around Xeno Vegeta and Xeno Trunks, so I'm just going to keep art of Vegeta and Trunks on the screen to represent Vegex. Since Future Trunks is usually serious, Vegex wouldn't toy around with Zamasu as much as Vegito did. Instead, he would blast him with the final Masenko, which is the final Flash and Masenko combined. This would be enough to vaporize Zamasu's body, but since he is still immortal, his soul would still take over the universe. However, it still ends with Goku using the button to summon Xeno, as he then erases the world in Infinite Zamasu. The rest of the saga generally goes the same, up until the point Trunks was about to be sent to a future that had another version of himself. Since Vegeta still wanted to help further train his son, he would invite Trunks and Mai to stay in this timeline, which, while it would be a tough decision, since they wouldn't be able to see the other members of the resistance they fought against Black with, but they decide to stay. Beerus would use his Sakai to destroy the time machine after this, so that the heroes could never use it again. After this, the timeline would go the same up until the Tournament of Power. With Future Trunks being in the present timeline, he would be recruited for the team instead of Frieza. By the time of the tournament, Trunks likely unlocked his blue form. Also, since Trunks is cautious, he would generally take the role of Frieza, as he would quickly eliminate people when the chance arose. Though, unlike Frieza, he would stick with Gohan and the others at first. Trunks would likely end up going against Nappa, that he would throw him out of the ring instead of leaving him there like Frieza did. Then when Roselle tries to attack Trunks from behind, he would blast Roselle out of the ring. Even without Frieza's alliance with Frost, I still think Frost would knock Krillin out of the ring when he gets the chance. Anyway, the tournament goes roughly the same, though with Trunks being the one to eliminate Murray-chan instead of Frieza. Then when the rest of Universe 7 decides to split up, Trunks would tag along with Gohan and Piccolo. The next change is when Zenitsu tries to take on Gohan. This time, Trunks would jump in and help protect Gohan's blind spots. So, together, the two of them would be able to eliminate Zenitsu with a combined blast. Around this time is when Frost would approach them, but Trunks would step up to give Gohan a moment to rest. There might be a brief conversation between Frost and Trunks, with Trunks mentioning how he killed his universe's equivalent of Frost. This might anger Frost enough into attacking him, but with the use of his Super Saiyan Blue form, Trunks is able to eliminate Frost. But since Frost wasn't tricked into being eliminated, he doesn't try to attack from outside the ring, so he isn't erased right now. Eventually, of course, Trunks would be the one that gives Goku some energy instead of Frieza. Trunks also stays on the sidelines during Sal and El in this fight against Gohan and Piccolo, since he believes they can handle it. However, another change is what happens with Cabba. Without Frieza being in the tournament, he wouldn't eliminate Cabba, though Cabba might challenge Trunks to a sparring match since Vegeta is his mentor and Trunks is Vegeta's son. They would be fighting near evenly when they are both a Super Saiyan 2. Though Trunks is likely holding back, but he would eventually use his God form to eliminate Cabba. Trunks likely agrees to follow the promise Vegeta made of reviving Cabba, though, if Universe 7 wins. So that Goku could rest for longer, Trunks would help protect him from the Universe 2 girls. This also means he must reluctantly work alongside the androids to take them down. Instead of 17 being the one to get distracted and take on Biara, Trunks would take him on instead. He wouldn't leave him lying in the rubble, though, as he would blast him out of the arena with a final flash. Also, Trunks would be the one to go against the pretty black hole alongside 17 and 18, so that Goku could continue to rest, which, it would still be Gohan's Kamehameha that eliminates Salanel and Piolina, but it is Trunks' Galick Gun that eliminates Zerloin, Rabanra, and Zarbuto. Things can continue as per usual up until the fight against Koisiereta. With both Gohan and Trunks fighting them, their combined blast might be what it takes for them to be eliminated, instead of just seemingly being defeated. So, this means there wouldn't be a fight against Ani Laza, as Gohan and Trunks then eliminates Paparoni as well. This also means that the fight with Jiren starts slightly earlier than normal. Of course, the fight between Gohan and Dispo still happens, but it would be Trunks that helps him in eliminating Dispo at the cost of Gohan being eliminated too. Without Frieza being in this tournament, Toph wouldn't drop his ideals of justice and go into his destroyer form, so Vegeta would have an easier time of eliminating Toph, and he wouldn't need to use the final explosion. After 17's fight, Trunks would have his own fight with Jiren. In a way of developing Trunks' character in relation to his dislike of the androids, 17's apparent sacrifice would help him realize these androids aren't that bad as the ones from the future. So, this would anger Trunks, and is where he evolves the blue form in his own way. Basically, he would go into a version of his blue form that is combined with his Super Saiyan Rage form. However, he would still be defeated and knocked away to the side like Frieza was. From there, the rest of the tournament generally goes the same. The Vegeta fight with Jiren would be slightly different, as he'd attempt the final explosion against him while in his blue evolved form. Though when that doesn't work, he'd still try fighting Jiren while in his weakened base form, even though it's useless. The rest of the tournament then goes the same, but with Trunks taking the place of Frieza, so he is the one to help eliminate Jiren alongside Goku. After the tournament ends, while Trunks does have the God forms, he wouldn't be trained by Beerus and Whis. This is only because Beerus refuses to take on any more students than the two they have. It's also not likely for Trunks to be involved in the Broly movie, as he's likely off doing his own things like the other heroes, besides Goku and Vegeta, were, though he's briefly involved in the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, as he would help defend the Earth against the prisoners that arrive there. Nothing changes in the Granola Saga, either, as Trunks wouldn't be with Goku and Vegeta for that fight. Finally, in Super Hero, there might be a minor change in the parts we had seen during the manga. Since Future Trunks is in the present, Mai might not be as enamored with him since he likely got with Future Mai. Anyway, Future Trunks would have a minor role in the movie part, as he might be one of the ones Bulma brings along to help fight Cell Max. I thought about giving him a more major role, but I realized him having a more major role likely would have stopped Cell Max from being awoken, and I still wanted Gohan to be able to unlock his beast form. This way, Trunks, Gohan, and Piccolo all had their own branches of forms, that being the Rage, Beast, and Orange forms respectively. Regardless, the end of Z Saga doesn't really change, either. Future Trunks might be a spectator of the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament, but he doesn't participate in it. After that, he'd live the rest of his life peacefully alongside Future Mai. He might even have a family with her at some point, though if it ever came to it, they would still help protect the Earth if need be.